Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time, the Lizardmen will face up against the Dark Elves.
So welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble, and thank you for tuning in. In this episode I'm playing with the Lizardmen and I'm facing up against the Dark Elves. So I said that the Dark Elves are the best faction in the game. Meanwhile, I'm not so sure about that. So if you ask me against which faction I struggle most, I would probably say the Lizardmen. So actually I think maybe, I'm not sure about that, the Lizardmen are the best faction. Directly behind that we have the Dark Elves. But I'm not sure. I think the Dark Elves and the Lizardmen are both really good factions, and they really have the same skill level or the same performance. But as I said, also I think in the matchup between both, so between the Lizardmen and the Dark Elves, I think the Lizardmen are really able to handle it. So in my opinion, the Lizardmen are the best faction in the game actually, and then we have, but really close to that, the Dark Elves. So yeah, let's go through my army composition over here. I have the same build as the last time, so I have Temple Guards in the last row. In the front line, I have a mixed front line with Skink Cohort and Saurus Warriors with shields. As I said, very cheap Skink Cohort, very low performance, but the Saurus Warriors mid-range infantry unit really strong, quite good armor piercing amount also, really good over here, the performance against the Dark Elves. Then also I have Croxigors, so my front line is filled up with Croxigors and Bastillodons. So all of these monsters causing fear. No, the Croxigors causing just fear, and the Bastillodon just causing fear and terror. So this is really good to bring that in addition to the front line to break up all the spots over here. So yeah, in combination with the low tier infantry and the Saurus Warriors, these monsters perform very well. And of course, I have a Croxigor, Crockguard, sorry, on a Hornet one, and also here very strong, really good melee stats. Huge weapon strength, especially the Hornet Run. On the Hornet Run is really strong, stronger than on the Cold One, and really good for performance over here. Very fast and also very cheap. So let's go to my opponent. He had a front line of Dread Spears, very cheap infantry unit of the Dark Elves. Of course, also very also the performance is not so good, but I think a quite competitive pick against the Lizardmen, cause against these all these large units like the all these large dinosaurs, they should perform good or hold the line for some time. So they have our anti-large bonus in fact, and have our charge defense against large foes. So it's legit to bring them, but I'm not sure if it is too much over here. Then we have Witch Elf on the side, pure damage dealers, also good for flankings over here, and on this side also. I think this was the plan, to flank on the right side and on the left side. Then we have a Dreadlord with sword and shield on foot, so without any mount. Yeah, also the stats are quite okay, quite good. But I would bring that Dreadlord always on a mount, on a Cold One maybe. Then we have a Death Hack also without a mount. Also not sure about the performance over here without a mount, but I also think it's better to bring it also on the mount, on these large mortis engines type of chariot. I think it's better to do that than on foot. Then we have in the last draw these elite infantry units, the Blackguard of Nagorod, also with this anti-large bonus, very good, and they will join the frontline fight, and they will protect also the back line over here from flankings of from my side, and to protect also these dark shots over here in the last row. It's really good to bring dark shots against these against Lizardmen, because they have armor-piercing missiles, and most dinosaurs are very heavily armored, and they can pierce the armor, so they have armor-piercing missiles. So the performance of them is really good. And hidden in the forests over here we have a Cold War Knights with anti-large bonus, of course. Also against all these large dinosaurs and all that stuff. And also on this side another group of Cold War Knights. So let's start over here for the charge in. So we can see the Steel cohort charging in over here, of course. But against these Dread Spears, I'm not sure about the performance. Maybe the Steel cohort can perform well, I'm not sure. But you can see now the Naggarot the Black Guard of Naggarot charge in, and also my Cruxigors. This combination is, in my opinion, quite good, so it's really difficult for me to get through this. Over here you can see my Cruxigors now fighting the Dread Spears and the Black Guard of Naggarot, and this is what these guys are designed for, to compete against these large monsters. Also this Feral Bastiladon over here. Over here also Dread Spears, but these guys have no good time, because they are fighting against Saurus Warriors with shields, and these Saurus Warriors will massacre these Dread Spears. You can see my Cruxigors shaking, and they're around now, because it's too much. So we have Dread Spears over here, we have this Black Guard of Naggarot, and as I said, the Cruxigors, they will rout really fast, or they will get killed really fast. But now, in addition with the Feral Bastiladon, they managed it, even if they are heavily damaged, to survive over here, and now they are steady and fighting these Dread Spears over here. But overall, it's quite good. So the Black Guard of Naggarot, this group over here, is quite healthy, fighting these Feral Bastiladon over here, and you can see they damage it really much. So these guys are really able to kill a large unit very fast. The Murderous Prowess kick in. Meanwhile, I was able to flank him really hard on the left and on the right side, and you can see I'm not now attacking his dark shards, sent them offline. The Cruxigors are still online on the right side, but they have a good time over here, you can see that. So they're surrounded from Dread Spears, and you can see they're around now, they get killed. They get massacred from these Dread Spears and Black Guard of Naggarot. So very good over here of my opponent. So the Cold War Knights took a lot of damage from my Temple Guard. So in the pre-combat I sent I saw them, I sent my Temple Guard after them, Cold War Knights, and they took a lot of damage actually from that, and I chased them away, or I chased them, or I hunt them, and now you can see I'm fighting. You can see how much damage they take from the Temple Guard over here. They get massacred from the Temple Guard. So my large units have, as I said, my large units have had no good time over here. So they're rout. Every unit is routing now. As I said, the Dark Shards, in addition with the Black Guard of Naggarot and all these spear units like the Dread Spears, they have a really bad time. So you can see just my infantry is really steady, but my infantry managed to kill all these units. So my Temple Guard and the Saurus Warriors shields are really able to take out all these Dread Spears and all these Black Guard of Naggarot and all these units. So you can see over here my Temple Guards now fighting the Black Guard of Naggarot, and they get killed really fast from that. So I chased with my Krogdar his Dreadlord over here, and as I said, no mobility without a mount, so Dreadlord without a mount is really bad in my opinion. Not bad, so the performance overall is okay, but a mount like a Cold One for the Dreadlord is not expensive and should always be, she should always be on that mount. Really we have a little blob over here, but you can see I pressure that from all sides, and you can see the shaking and broke, and now I was able to kill all these units over here. So my infantry was really able to handle it against all these grad spears and anti-large units, anti-large infantry units. The dark shards are still online, but no infantry unit nearby, so they are not protected from my monsters. But you can see with Hero Basilaton took such a huge, such damage. One is already dead, and these two are we have another one dead now, and this one is shaking or routing, and this is very good. So the dark shards can focus these dinosaurs out really fast. And also they, as I said, they took a lot of damage from this Blackout of Nagaland. So they get overwhelmed now, of course. They are not able to hold the line for a long time over here. But they are very steady. So that's the Blackout of Nagaland is such an elite unit. They are very steady, they have such a huge leadership, they such a good melee defense stats, and you can see they get massacred over here. But they're really, their leadership is quite high actually, you can see that. You have a lot of leadership left, even if they are really surrounded over here. Now I was able to kill or to bring his Dreadlord to rout. So the Dreadlord is now routing, and it was a really disadvantage for me also to fight the hill up. So he deployed his archers over here, and they can shoot downside. It's so difficult to fight the hill up, because you are not so able to flank him and to get up the hill to kill all these archers. It's very difficult to handle that, in my opinion. Not so easy. So until the last man, you can see last man standing over here. Now they're routing. But as you can see, all these dead Bastillodons over here, very good of my opponent, very strong. So I think, as I said, I think meanwhile the Lizardmen are the best faction in the game, but not that clear. So directly behind that are the Dark Elves, really close to that. But I think, especially in this matchup, the Lizardmen are better. Cause the problem is the Dark Elves are really able to handle everything against these large dinosaurs and all these large creatures. That is not the question. They have the tools to kill all these units. You can see that. None of my Bastillodon was survived. Only one over here. But then we have over here, you can see that, a really anti-large build. And this is the problem. If the Dark Elves bring an anti-large build, they get massacred from the infantry. If they bring a usual infantry build, they get massacred from the large units. And this is the reason why the Lizardmen have the better matchup. So they have all the tools to kill the Dark Elves. So as I said, you can see that, Temple Guard, performance. And we are not speaking about Skaven over here. So this is very elite or very good units. 100 kills each unit. Also the Saurus Warriors, you can see that. Nearly 100 kills over here. Also the Skin Court, you can see. This is really good over here. So as I said, everything is performing really well against the Dark Elves. Of course, the Dark Elves have a chance, so it's not that clear. But as I said, they have to decide if to create a build against large units or to create a build against infantry. this is the problems for the Dark Elves. But the Witch Elves over here, performance always good, even if the armor pissing amount is really low, making a lot of kills over here. You can see that really good. So thank you for tuning in, and let me know what you think. Maybe let me know what you'd like to see, and see you on the next episode of Royal Rumble. Thank you.